Welcome back. Now you want to buy a land. I'm going to show you how to buy a land without getting scammed in Nigeria, right? One of the biggest fears people face is about buying land in Nigeria and getting scammed. And guess what? It's a very valid fear. From fake documents to multiple buyers on the plot to land scams everywhere. In this video, I'll show you how to buy a land safely and how to avoid costly mistakes that can ruin your dream. I'm Samuel, and I help everyday Nigerians and people from parts of the world from their 20s to 50s to make smarter real estate decisions. If you're thinking about buying a land, now this one is for you. Now, the first red flag is no proper documentation. Too many people buy land without asking for the right documents and then they cry later. Now, if you want to buy a land, ask for these documents. Number 1, survey plan. Number 2, deed of assignment. Number 3, your excision or gazette, or your certificate of occupancy, and then your land purchase receipt. This is very important. If it's an estate, ask for the layout plan. Now, you have to tell your agent when he tells you, don't worry about papers, we'll do it later. Tell him you want all of your papers and your documentation. The second red flag is no land verification. I tell people over and over again, you can't verify land with your eyes or just your vibes or your intuition. You need professionals. Now you need to hire a lawyer or a real estate expert or a realtor to run searches for you, multiple searches for you at the Land Registry, and then you get to know if the land is under government acquisition. I repeat, if the land is under government acquisition, if there's a court case or encumbrance, and if the seller is actually the real owner of that property. We've seen cases where people buy properties and end up in jail for multiple years waiting trial. If you don't want to fall into that category, make sure to always hire a lawyer and a professional so you can actually verify that the land is authentic. Now, the third red flag is onile drama. Now, if you're watching from Nigeria, onile means landowners, either community lands or family lands. Now, they can sell to you and then they show up asking for more money or claim it was never theirs to sell. You should always buy land through registered real estate firms, not informal families, and even then, do well to double check. Now, if you're going to buy land from a family or from community landowners, make sure that all of the principal family members sign the agreement. Make sure that they do this signing in the presence of a lawyer and other witnesses according to the law. This is how to make your property legit without getting scammed. The fourth red flag is multiple buyers on one plot. Now, some scammers sell the same plot to 3 or more people, right? Sell to Mr. A, Mr. B comes, he also buys that same plot without Mr. A knowing. And now they go to the court, and now it's about the first person to build that wins the land or that takes the land, and others go to court. You should not fall into that type of scam. Always check the coordinates on the survey plan, cross-check with your own independent surveyor, and make sure that your title for the property is legit. That is how to make sure that your plot is secure, and then you are able to win a court case if one arises. The fifth red flag is no physical inspection. I tell people over and over again, never pay for a land you haven't seen yet. I repeat, never pay for a land you haven't seen yet, right? If you wouldn't pay for a medicine from the pharmacy without seeing it, why pay so much money for a land you haven't seen? You need to visit the land, walk around, ask locals that live in that area where the land is located. I wonder, and I'm very shocked when I hear cases about many people that buy land they've never stepped foot on, and then they complain about being scammed or about being swindled. So you can avoid being scammed, right, by buying a land after you've done a physical inspection. The sixth red flag is unrealistic pricing. Now, you should always look forward to too good to be true offers or deals. You're asking for a land in Lekki Phase 1, and then you're being told to come with 500,000 naira. How's that possible? That is a bait. to steal money from you. Now, always compare prices in that area, right? If it is way below the market price, then it could actually mean that it is a fraud, land is already sold, or it's a swamp land, or the land is probably under acquisition by the government. I got a call one day and the client told me he wanted to buy a land at Ikoyi, and I said, how much? She said 1 million. And I said, is it 1 million naira or dollars? So you need to watch out for all of these unrealistic prices when you're trying to buy a land. The seventh red flag is no written agreement. Now, when you're buying a land, a handshake does not equal to protection. A handshake or a cheerful realtor or taking pictures together does not mean documentation. You should always document everything when you're trying to buy a land. You purchase the land today, you should actually get yourself a deed of assignment signed by the seller and you, the buyer, and a witness in the presence of a lawyer, and it must be sealed with a lawyer seal. This is what proves ownership of a land. These are the must-have checklists before you pay for a land. You must have verified documents, you must have done a legal land search, you must have a survey plan that has been properly checked over and over, you must have done your physical inspection, you must have a written sale agreement, and then it must be clear of any onile issue. Now, if you have all of these things in place, and then you are guaranteed that you can buy a land, and the rest assured that your investment is safe. Buying land is a smart move, but it is also a very serious one. Do not be in a rush when you are trying to buy land, because one mistake can cost you millions and years of legal trouble. Which of these red flags shocked you the most? Which of these red flags have you experienced when you're trying to buy a land, either for yourself or for a family member or for a relative? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, like, and comment on this video. I want to hear your story. Watch this video next. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to Fathers and Samuel. Bye.